Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into the work of psychoanalyst Erich Fromm, who really zeroed in on a strange paradox right at the heart of modern life. So let's just start with a question that might feel a little too familiar. Have you ever felt totally overwhelmed by all your choices? Or maybe you felt this weird kind of loneliness, even though the world offers you seemingly endless possibilities?
Well, Fromm had a really powerful take on this. He argued that this feeling isn't some personal failing on your part. No, he saw it as a central conflict of just being human, a paradox that's baked right into our existence.
To really get his answer, we have to start where he did, with what he called the fundamental human dilemma. This idea is basically the cornerstone of his entire theory of humanistic psychoanalysis.
Okay, think about it like this. We are animals. We're part of nature. But we're the only animal that knows it. Our self-awareness, our ability to reason, it basically rips us out of that seamless union with the natural world, and that leaves us with this deep, nagging sense of being separate and alone.
And here's where the paradox really kicks in. As humanity moved forward, we gained more and more freedom, right? Freedom from the harshness of nature, from rigid social roles. But Fromm's big point was that this very freedom actually made our feelings of isolation even worse. All that freedom can be downright terrifying. So what do? Instead of leaning into it, Fromm said we come up with these clever psychological strategies, what he called mechanisms of escape, to run away from the very individuality that we fought so hard to get. Fromm pointed to three main escape routes. First, there's authoritarianism. This is where we try to fuse with something bigger, a powerful leader, an institution, to feel whole again. And this can go two ways. You can submit to that authority, which is masochistic, or you can try to control and dominate others, which is sadistic. The second escape hatch is destructiveness. If you feel powerless against the world, the impulse might be to just try and tear it down. And finally, the one he saw as most common in our society, conformity. We just give up our individuality to blend in with the crowd, to become part of the herd.
So, if we're so busy trying to escape this loneliness, what are we running towards? Fromm believed our behavior isn't just random. He said we're driven by 5 powerful core human needs, all pushing us to reconnect with the world.
And here they are: relatedness, transcendence, rootedness, a sense of identity, and a frame of orientation. These are the big 5. They are the fundamental drives pushing us to solve that human dilemma and find our place again.
First up, relatedness. This is the big one, our most basic drive. It's that deep need to connect with other people, to overcome that feeling of being separate. It's the engine behind our friendships, our families, our communities, everything.
Next is transcendence. And this one has 2 sides. We all have this urge to rise above just being a passive creature, to make a mark. We can do this productively, by creating things, by caring for people and projects. Or we can do it destructively, through what Fromm called malignant aggression, hurting and destroying just for the sake of it. Then we have rootedness. We can't go back to being one with nature, right? So we have to find new roots. This is our need to feel at home in the world, whether that's connecting with a place, a community, or a set of traditions. And of course, there's our sense of identity. This is that deep drive to be able to say, I am me, to see ourselves as a unique individual. It's the total opposite of conformity, where we just borrow our identity from whatever group we're in. And finally, to make sense of it all, we need a frame of orientation. You can think of this as your personal roadmap, your philosophy on life. Without one, we're just lost. But with one, we have a stable way to understand the world and our place in it.
So how we actually go about trying to satisfy these 5 needs, that's what really defines our character. And Fromm said there are basically 2 ways to do it. You can take healthy, productive paths, or you can take unhealthy, what he called non-productive ones. He laid out a few of these non-productive styles. You've got the receptive type, who thinks all good things come from outside themselves, so they just passively wait to receive them. Then there's the exploitative type, who agrees the good stuff is out there, but they're going to aggressively take it. And the hoarding type, who finds security by just holding on tight to what they have, keeping everything locked away. So what's the healthy option? Fromm called it the productive orientation. This is all about actively using our uniquely human powers, our ability to work creatively, to love other people genuinely, and to think for ourselves, to connect with the world while still being our own unique person.
Okay, so what's the big takeaway here? Where does this all lead? For Fromm, this wasn't just some academic exercise. It was all about using these ideas to live a fuller, freer, and more connected life.
He really believed that the whole point of his humanistic psychoanalysis was incredibly simple:
self-knowledge, for people to come to truly know themselves. Because without that, he argued, we can't solve that human dilemma. We can't really connect with the world or anyone else in a healthy way.
And that really leaves us with one final crucial question to turn back on ourselves. A question that brings Fromm's entire philosophy right into our own lives. Are you using your freedom to build genuine connections, or are you just using it to escape?